Right, so one more video where I'll be reviewing one of the whole recordings of Nikhil, our teammate, who booked his third meeting with this one, right? So it's like the fourth meeting of the team, for the third meeting for Nikhil. That's what we're going to be listening to today. It's going to be about 6 minutes, 41 seconds recording. And this is a cold call. And the meeting was booked on July 16th and it was a first call book. Okay. It was not a follow-up. It was not a double dial. It was just first call. They picked up, pitched, had the objection handled, and then booked the meeting. Okay. And this was also a client that we closed. So down the line, we also closed this client. So yeah, let's start. And before I start, I wanted to make sure that you do know about the community. If you want to be a part of something like that, then I'll share more about it at the end of the video. If you're watching this video for the first time, then do watch the other videos. I have tracked and documented my entire journey when I started cold calling myself and then built a team and then trained the community members and then trained like other people to book like 200, 300 plus meetings with the skills that I have acquired in the last 8 months, 9 months. And now in the last 35 sales calls, I've closed about 10 clients from there, on trial periods and, on commission basis deals, but still it's like 10 deals from 35. So now we have a system that's working with cold calling, right? So that is what I'm going to be sharing with you in this journey as well, where I'm going to be sharing all the cold call appointments that my teammates have booked. And these guys are like 17 and 16, I always share. If you really want to be a part of the ecosystem that I'm building, we have a community as well. We have a SMMA community, accountability community, where anyone who is like really serious about building this long-term, anyone who is like struggling to the phrase that, I'm not getting enough appointments. I don't know what to do. I'm not sure what is the thing that I'm doing wrong, what not to do. That's why I have created the community. It is going to be a free as well as a paid community. It's an interesting concept. Do focus on that. So let's listen about this. But the community is something that you can absolutely, if you are really serious about this, you should be looking into this. Otherwise, if you're not serious and if you don't like me, if you don't like this, and if you don't like, it's not for you. That's totally fine. So let's listen to this. I hope you will find some value in it, even if you don't like me.
The mortgage, this is now.
How are you doing today?
Good. But you,
Just being the boring guy trying to stay out of trouble. You guys any trouble over there?
ain't too bad. Ain't too bad.
Yeah.
Weather's hot. That's about it. I mean, practices and.
All right. Yep. My name's Nikhil, by the way.
So you listen to this, like it is so ingenuine, right? The way he started was really warm. Like he opened up the prospect and the prospect was also vibing with that. And then the way he transitioned was like, oh, whatever I shared so far is not genuine. Let me just, get straight to the business. The reason, for behind this call, basically. The transition can be better, but still it worked out. So it worked out.
I called you today.
Sure. What's up?
Yep. Would you be opposed to hearing more about it?
Yeah. Well, everything's all about ROI. So,
Yep.
what does it cost to get those 6 or 7 leads? That's where the expense is, and that's where is it really worth it or not? Because we don't get paid until it closes, but yeah, we got to pay you guys to get those leads for something that may or may not even come to fruition, right? So, that's the data that I need to understand and contemplate what or really quantify if this is even a successful opportunity or not.
Totally hear you, man. I get where you're coming from. Have you guys ever worked with someone in the past who provided you leads? Totally hear you, man. I get where you're coming from. Have you guys ever worked with someone in the past who provided you leads?
I have.
All right, and how did that go?
I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's not the greatest. I mean, you gotta work really hard on these leads. And honestly, I'm busy, right? So I can't be, following up 10 times on one lead to see if it's viable or not, right? And that's my problem is, they need, multiple touches, right? And it's not just a deal that's ready to rock and roll right out the gate. Everything needs a little bit of nurturing, right? I get that. But, you get back to the ROI. Is it really cost effective to put that kind of time into it? Because if I put that kind of time into it, other avenue streams that have been successful have been, pushed back on the back burner, right? So that's kind of the way that rolls. Make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense, man.
Okay, before he goes forward, let's see if he does that. But what I would do is like at this situation, get back to it's like, oh, hold on, like it makes sense, but hold on, like let me ask you this: like when you say that you have to nurture the leads, yes, you understand, but still it was not exactly what you expected. I sense some kind of hesitation there. I mean, like it sounds like it really went bad in terms of the amount of time you put and the results you have gained from there. Of course, you wanted loans and you did not get it, but how did that look like? Basically, like what did you try exactly? Was it like Zillow or stuff like that, like third-party lenders, or you worked with someone like us, like an external team that helped you with generating leads from social media or something like that? Because that's how we do it. Can you paint me a better picture there first so that I can contextualize the next conversation, the conversation moving forward? That is what I would say. And then they would be like, you know what, I did this and that and this and that. And that's when it really opens up. But I cannot say anything, went wrong, but because this was a booked meeting and also the client, we closed the client, right? So we cannot say that things went wrong, but doesn't mean that it doesn't have something that could have been done better. Because sometimes you close deals just because it's a closed deal, right? If you have like 100 sales calls, 10 of them will close. It is a law of average, right? You can only lose those 10 if you really mess up. So yeah, but still, this can be, do not skip the parts which you feel like, it's a hesitation there. You sense there's some hesitation in the prospect's mind.
I understand. What are they doing right now to get new applicants? I mean, is it mainly
This was a scripted response.
Man, I don't advertise. That's exactly right. I don't advertise. But everything I do is honestly word of mouth. So
Right. Okay. And that's good to hear, man, because we wouldn't want to deviate you from something that's already working for you, right? Just as I said, we've been
I can always do that, right? So I don't necessarily take it away, but multiply it, of course. Then it's cost effective, right?
Yep, man. And this is the exact same scenario that we had with our client. And what we did.
At this stage, restate. They are saying something and you said something and there's like confusion there. So restate and get clarity. So it's like, okay, so you're like, even if it works, then I'm always open to more business. And so if it makes sense for you ROI wise and it's like profitable, you see that, okay, it's a fair deal for you, then you would absolutely be moving ahead. So this client was already in need of that, right? The service. That's the reason it was a close. Yeah, that's what he missed there.
For them was, we ran 2 campaigns for them. So while simultaneously getting them more referral partners, increasing their word of mouth, we were also able to get them a whole new pool of home buyers. And that's why they have stayed with us for so long. Do you see that helping your business out in any way? Sure. Can I give you a quick rundown of how it works? And you tell me how does that sound?
What is it called?
Okay, so it's upwards. I'd have to know a little bit more about your business and what you guys are looking to get in terms of how many pre-approvals you can handle and your time frame on achieving that. And once I know those details, I can show you the different pricing options that we would have for a client.
Got it.
Would that help you if I did that for you?
Right. Well, I mean,
So,
I just don't know if I want to spend any kind of money right now. I mean, that's really what it boils down to. I mean, the market is shifting, right? We still have high interest rates. Interest rates are starting to drop a little bit, right? So I just don't know if I want to spend the money on advertising right now, man.
You see, like this now is turning slowly into real in-depth objection handlings. Now, I can't say anything to Nikhil because this was his third meeting that he booked. So can't say much about that, right? The thing is that what is happening here is right now the prospect is giving objections that should ideally come in the sales calls. Now Nikhil has to deal with that on the cold call itself, which is 2 minutes, 4 minutes in the conversation with a stranger, and then you really have to convince them about something, or at least make them feel about something, and it should go your way. So it's really difficult. In this situation, the prospect was already looking for something like this. He was looking for someone to justify his need. Okay, he was in a painful situation, and he wanted to get out of it, and he was like really looking for something, and that the timing was correct when we reached out to him. But if this was not the case, then it would not be a meeting.
For sure, man. I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, okay, so we have 2 offices.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I'd rather have somebody that's local, somebody that I can actually have a conversation with and shake their hands and all that good jazz. Do you want to travel out here and let's meet?
All right. Okay. Would you want to explore this further, any chance?
Well, yeah. I mean, if we can meet, I think it'd be because then that way, then I know you're invested in me. I'm invested in you if I put the money, right? But if you come out and meet me, then I know that you're just as vested as I am, right? But if you just sit there in your cushy office in India, I just don't know if you have, my best interest in mind, because it doesn't seem like
I totally get where you're coming from. Yeah, I totally get that. Can we have a Zoom meet instead? That way I can actually show you how everything. Can we have a Zoom meeting? That way we can show you how the entire system works and answer any questions that you might have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And the remainder of the day, I don't. I have other things I've got to get done in front of you.
Yeah, do you have time tomorrow? I don't want the time right now.
Sure. You want to give me a budget, like, 10,
do you have time tomorrow morning? 10 o'clock tomorrow?
10 a.m.
Okay, works. Let me check.
Yeah, so one more thing is about to end, like 36 seconds left. But when you're booking the time, right, make sure the question is, right now Nikhil does this perfectly, like both of them like do really well. So there's nothing that we can improve there. It's just about maintaining the momentum. But you see here, right? When they're sharing the email or you're choosing the time, don't just keep on like going 10 a.m. Like, I mean, you have time tomorrow. I mean, wait, like confirm. Did you hear what I said? I mean, was I audible? Yeah, you want me to repeat that? No. So 10 a.m. 10 a.m. works for you, right? Yeah, and you're in Eastern. Yeah. So 10 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. That's what I'll be booking for you. Like, what's the best email that I can send the confirmation on? That's how you clearly maneuver that. Otherwise, it's very unprofessional and it affects your show updates as well.
Right, we have that slot available. Could you share me your email so I can send it?
Yeah, it's .com.
Sure, man. I'm looking forward to speaking with you tomorrow.
Perfect. Well, yeah, let's bring your in game and presentation. Let's see what you're all about. Sound good?
Sure, man. Sounds all good, man. Have a great day.
Likewise. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Before I used to do cold calls, I used to be frustrated. Okay. Before I used to do cold calling and getting into these conversations myself, I used to do, work all by myself, sitting and, just typing behind the screen, typing, DMing, and scraping leads and doing it all by myself. It was very boring and frustrating. But once you start cold calling, it is really funny. You will have conversations like this. It's very funny. And even the bad conversations, like when people say that, fuck off, right? Even that is, at that moment, you feel like, oh shit, what's happening if you're new into this? And then later on, just like, it's something to cherish upon, like, oh, you know what, that time, what happened one fine day, I called him and this guy was like, this and that. So that becomes a story. But you see, like, this is so interesting, these conversations. By the end of it, it's like they are saying yes to a meeting. They are looking forward to a presentation. Like if someone says that, I can show you in a presentation, and if I'm expecting, okay, these guys will be showing me presentation, I'll never be open to it. I mean, like presentation is very boring. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Before we wrap up, again, once more about the community, I really want people inside the community. There's no, doubt in that. I want to have people in the community for the next 6 months in. We have like 5 members right now. I got like 25 messages in the last 3, 4, 5 days, last week, let's say, 25 people reaching out. I have already shared publicly that it's not going to be a free community. So if you're looking for something free of cost, then this is not for you. Do not come. Okay. It is really just going to be, wasting your time and my time as well. So it's not going to be a free community. It's not going to be a paid community as well. It is going to be something where you deposit a fund and then we will have a target set up. Once you hit that target, that, okay, do these things daily, do these set of things, practice this, record that. And once you have went through the journey, that's when you can claim back the deposited for your own. That's like a promise that you make for yourself. And I also know that way that you are not a spammer coming inside the community to spoil the reputation. You're not someone who is not serious enough about this journey. And also that way we can filter out people who doesn't want to be inside this. Absolutely sure. So that way we can have really less people focused and really like-minded, and it's going to be a very value pack. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you really want to be a part of that community, I would really invite you to be inside that. You can WhatsApp me. You can just comment me down below, and I can share my personal WhatsApp, and then you can contact me there. I'll share the further details with you, exact game plan, how we do it. That's it. See you in the next video. Cheers.